Hills 2026 is the Hills Shire's 20-year strategic direction. It represents the voice of our customers and was gathered throughout months of engagement and consultation with many different people within our community. While Hills 2026 is our picture of the future, the biggest challenge we face is making sure this future can become a reality and delivering outcomes that will benefit the community.
We were looking for a continuous improvement methodology that would allow us to measure any improvements that we were able to achieve. Whilst we've had a commitment to continuous improvement for many years, it hasn't had a measurement or a focus on outcomes. So whilst we've been confident we've been improving, there's no way that we can justify that or produce the data to substantiate it. Six Sigma is a methodology which allows you to do that. It's also a methodology which allows you to entrench into your culture the full concept of continuous improvement.
A recent organisational culture survey of the Hills Shire Council found that our staff have a strong desire to deliver good customer service. The behaviours that guide everything our staff does are teamwork, engaging leadership, customer service and empowerment.
Hills 2026 is our community strategic direction for the future of this local area, for our Shire. It describes what our community would like to see over the next 20 years. We developed that together with the community. We engaged them and did a whole lot of activities that helped them to have their say and to be involved in what those outcomes would be.
Certainly more than $250,000 saved in recruitment advertising alone we held some early Kaizen workshops on how to improve recruitment processes. We used to advertise in newspapers and spend $250,000 doing it, and no one applies for jobs through newspapers anymore. Absolutely useless. We used to ask people to address the selection criteria and then take 16 weeks to put someone on. We cut all that rubbish out. People just send us a resume like the real world. We shortlist against that. Absenteeism's dropped from around 7,000 to 4,000 days a year. Lost time injuries have dropped from sort of around a 400, 500 day mark to about a 150 day mark. All as a result of some early Six Sigma style Kaizen workshops.
We have the vision, voice of our customer and a strong desire for excellent customer service. What we needed was a way to make sure we could deliver. We realised we needed tools that would encourage staff to think creatively, challenge the way we have always done things and be more focused on the outcome for the customer. We needed to facilitate a culture that looked at the scoreboard, looked for solutions by engaging staff in all areas of the organisation.
When they're looking at solving problems is to basically ask themselves some questions before they jump to solutions. So we want them to be talking to the customer in the define phase. What is the voice of the customer? Agreeing what is the problem that needs to be rectified before they sort of look at the solution. Collecting some data in the measure phase. And in the analyse phase, looking at what are the root causes of the problem, and also looking outside as to where are the best practices, because sometimes they're not necessarily your neighbours. We sometimes have to apply a bit of lateral thinking to find where that might be.
Well, any organisation should be looking to improve the level of service it provides to its customers or its clients. Examples of the use of Six Sigma have been the ability to save $100,000 a year on our advertising, up to $100,000 a year on the way we redeploy and use computers and printers, and the list goes on and on. So the value of Six Sigma is in the outcomes that you can achieve.
Since we formally deployed a Six Sigma program in around 2008, Steve Davis has led the charge along with the group managers and the general manager Dave Walker. And again, there's thousands of dollars now being saved from community advertising bills. And I also understand projects not being done in full and on time or on budget and on time are something that the public certainly doesn't like, and seems to be improving all the time now, projects being done on budget and on time.
Our executive team researched other organisations that had been successful in implementing process improvements. Lean Six Sigma, a proven methodology in private industry and local government. With strong executive support, all staff were exposed to basic training and a selection of managers given more in-depth training to facilitate a culture that looked for solutions to problems.